Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jordan Crooms from a Little Soy Candle Company. I tried to do a live feed earlier. It didn't really work out that well. I had like 3 viewers and they left. It's Friday night. Everyone's out having a good time, or they're still traveling home. So I figured that I would just come up on here and put a video so everyone could see it when they get home later tonight and kind of learn a little bit more about our company and what we do. So first, I'll start out with why we started. We started earlier this year in March. And mainly it was because we wanted to have a cleaner home because our daughter was diagnosed with nephrotic syndrome. And one of the things that we learned that may complicate things or aggravate it are allergies. So we kind of went crazy. We went through everything in our house, got rid of, like the spray chemicals and all that kind of stuff. Started using things like vinegar and, pretty much everything that's non-toxic. And I happened to look up what was in candles. And I learned that paraffin wax is basically a byproduct of petroleum, which is oil. And I was like, that's a little crazy to burn something like that in your house. I can't imagine that's good for you. So we looked for alternatives, which was soy wax, which is literally just soybean wax, that's grown out of the ground. So we did that, made them, people liked them. And we're like, hey, we should try selling them online, see if people like them. And we got a little bit of buzz when we first started. So we kept doing that, and eventually we turned into a full-time company. Now we're still small, we're still growing, and we still have a lot of room to grow. But now what we really want to do is drive home our mission, because that's probably the most important part of this. Well, it is the most important part of this. So as I mentioned, our daughter has nephrotic syndrome, which essentially is when the kidneys stop filtering properly, and they cause problems like protein being spilled into the urine, which causes swelling and other complications. Now, there's different variants of it. Our daughter has minimal change disease. There's a more serious one called FSGS, which ultimately could lead to kidney failure. And there's really no known cause or cure to this condition, and it's kind of crazy because you never really see this coming when you have a child. And when we first found out, honestly, I didn't know what a nephrologist was, which is, a kidney doctor. I had no idea. And when we were referred to one, I was just like, what does that mean? I'm still trying to learn more about it because even when we go to the doctor's appointments, they're really great doctors, nephrologists, they're great. But we just don't know what's really going on because they don't really know what's going on because we don't know what causes it. So I've been in touch with an organization called NephCure, which basically is striving to find a cause and a cure for nephrotic syndrome, minimal change disease, FSGS, and really help out these children that are affected by this. And there are some adults who are affected by it as well. And because this is so close to me, and my daughter has this condition, I really want to do something about it. I want to be a part of it and figure out a way to expedite it as quickly as possible. So, right now we've committed to donating 20% of our profits to NephCure International, which is out of Pennsylvania. They're just out of Philadelphia. And our main goal is to provide funds to them to help them out with whatever. Ultimately we want it to go directly towards research, but we know that there's limitations. They also have to, manage their operations. So we want to alleviate as much as we can so that we can ultimately help them put more funds towards research and finding a cure. But we don't want to stop there. Our goal is by the year 2030, we want to donate up to 80% of our profits. Now, obviously, that is a very bold initiative, and I know it is, but I want it to be, and I think it's important. So that gives us some time to grow and to really get out there and show people about what we're about. And I think one of the things that we need to do to really show people that we do care, and this is what we want to do, is we shouldn't be making more profit than what's going towards nephrotic syndrome. So that is why my plan is to start off right now with 20%. The remaining 80% goes back into the company so that we can grow it into a larger company. And our goal is to, by year 2030, donate up to 80%, if not more, to nephrotic syndrome research. And we will continue to do that. We are committed to do that. until as long as we make candles or until there's a cure. Um, and that's something that's very important to us. And I just I know how the other parents feel out there. It's something that you're kind of just like blindsided with, and then one day you wake up and you find out that your son or daughter has a kidney condition, and you're just like, where does that come from? Like, why couldn't that just happen to me? Why did it have to happen to them? And the thing that bothers me the most about nephrotic syndrome is nobody really knows anything about it. Like, even just normal people. I remember one time we were explaining to someone that our daughter had nephrotic syndrome, and they kind of laughed because they thought it was some type of joke or something like that. And I was like looking at him like, no, like this is something serious. Like she has a kidney problem. And then obviously it's not their fault. I'm not blaming them for it, but I really want to raise awareness and ultimately find a cure. That's what's important. So if you read a little bit more about our company, you can read about our story and about how we started and why we started making candles, but ultimately our mission. And you'll notice that it says 2030 vision. And that's what I want everyone to keep in mind, is that that's what our vision is. We're not just selling candles, although our candles do smell great, and I think that everyone will like them. We ultimately want to raise awareness and funds for nephrotic care, and we really want to figure out a cure so that we can just, get rid of this. Obviously, we want this to go away. So if our company shuts down tomorrow because we found a cure and our mission's achieved, that's fine to me, because that's what the mission is. So, go ahead, look around our website. If you have any questions, feel free to message us on Facebook. I'm pretty responsive, and I can answer a little bit more. And if you want to look into NephCure to learn a little bit about the organization and about what they do, just put in nephcure.org on Google, and you'll be able to find them. And I really want everyone to know what our mission is, and to spread the word and let everyone know what nephrotic syndrome is. You can do a quick Google search and learn a little bit. I mean, I'm not a nephrologist, so I can't really explain it as well as they would. But I know what it is. I experience it every day with my daughter. One of the things we have to do is test her urine every day to see what the protein level is, which is kind of a gauge of how she's doing and responding to the medication that she's on. So please spread the word. Please learn about our company. And please support us and help us growing towards our initiative, so that we can grow large enough in 2030 to donate up to 80% of our profits to nephrotic syndrome and help the children that really need the help. I appreciate it. Thanks.